Fellas, I want to make a little PSA, because you complain that your wife never wants to be intimate, but you slap her butt when she's emptying the dishwasher and grope her body when she's stressing over bills. And why would aggressively touching someone out of nowhere make them want to sleep with you? Especially when they're in the middle of trying to take care of everyone but themselves. Touching her without talking to her means you want to get off, not feel connected. And it's so selfish for you to think that you wanting to get off would be enough to get her in the mood. So you end up turning her off instead of on, because slapping her in the butt can be enough to push her over the edge when she's feeling overwhelmed about doing it all and feeling frustrated about doing it all alone. Foreplay starts long before the act, and it's in the way you treat her, not the way you touch her. And you also have to consider that she's your partner, not your bro from the 3rd grade, so asking her about her day will always mean more than giving her a purple nurple when she's trying to cook you dinner. But you do those things to let her know you want her, not to make her want you. And that's the problem, because a lot of you don't care if she wants to be with you as long as she's willing to be with you. And that's what makes it feel like a chore instead of a choice, because you expect her to cater to the fact that you're already in the mood without considering why she isn't. But if you would just spend a minute trying to make her want to be with you, then maybe she actually would.
What up, team? Here's a lovely PSA from a lady here. Is this what marriage life is like? Now, a lot of women are in marriages with people that they're not in love with. And here's an example of a woman who comes off as somebody who's not in love with her partner. You know, every relationship that I've ever been in, and I'll tell you, the playful, sexual nature of the relationship is what builds excitement. You know, for a husband to playfully, right, you know, touch his wife's body is not an aggressive sexual assault case. This lady is making out to be that this poor woman is trapped in the house. She's stressing over bills. She's doing all these things. She's catering to everybody but herself. And you got this sexual deviant fondling her, slapping her on the butt, giving her purple nurples, and not getting her in the mood for sex. Now, this is not what life should be like. This is not what marriage should be like. You know, and I know there are a lot of men trapped in marriages where their wives have shut it off. You know, and I consider sexless marriages to be somebody who has sex, let's say 1 to 2 times per month. I consider that to be a sexless marriage. You know, those little pity moments where your wife decides to give you alone time. You know, it's not exactly what men sign up for. And unfortunately, women's bodies go through changes. Their moods change. They go through menopause, and, you know, they decide, you know, sex is not something that they want to do anymore. And for men, it is something that makes us show love to our wives. You know, being physical is a human thing, you know. And it's amazing that a woman will come on here and make it seem like most men are sexually assaulting their wives. You know, I know coming up, you know, it was always a situation where you had to create some excitement, anticipation for sex. You know, you can't just say, hey, can I have sex? And sex comes. You know, it's almost like you have to foreplay throughout the day, you know, a little flirting, a little verbal flirting, you know, physical touch. All that is incorporated in that act. And it's amazing that there are women out here that's broadcasting this type of message, a PSA to all men, to keep their hands to themselves. You know, now I understand, you know, the talking part, and, you know, being more caring towards your spouse, but I don't understand where she's going with this entire PSA. I just think she's somebody who's in a marriage that she's not in love with the partner that she's with, because any woman will tell you that if they really truly are physically, emotionally attracted to their partner, they're going to want to jump his bones at every moment. You know, there's not a situation where they feel like their partner is aggressively touching them, which is strange. It's a strange thing to say, you know. But I love to hear your thoughts. What do you think about this lady's rant? you like what I do, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. See you guys on the next one. Peace.